Hello everyone, welcome to this introduction to Amazon S3. In this video, we'll be focusing on one of the core services in AWS, the Amazon S3, which stands for Simple Storage Service, and it's a crucial part of the AWS ecosystem. Understanding S3 is essential for your AWS certification, and it's often a key topic on the exam. Today, we'll start with the basics, move into advanced features, discuss security best practices, and finish with some tips to help you with the exam. So let's get started. Let's dive into the foundational concepts of Amazon S3. First, think of Amazon S3 as a storage service that uses buckets and objects. Buckets are like folders, and objects are the files inside them. Understanding this structure is key. S3 offers several storage classes like Standard, Infrequent Access, and Glacier. Each one is designed for different use cases based on how often you need to access the data and also on your cost requirements. So let's quickly go over these different Amazon S3 storage classes. First, the Standard, S3 Standard, is for frequently accessed data, offering low latency and high throughput. Then there's S3 One Zone Infrequent Access, which is a low-cost option for data that doesn't need to be accessed often and is stored in a single availability zone. For archiving, Amazon provides S3 Glacier classes, which offer various retrieval speeds depending on your needs. Some are immediate, some take a bit longer. And lastly, there's S3 Intelligent Tiering. This one automatically moves your data to the most cost-effective storage tier depending on access patterns. This helps you save cost when access patterns are unpredictable. Each of these classes is designed to help you balance performance, resilience, and cost depending on your specific workload requirements. S3 operates also on data consistency model. It provides strong read after write consistency for new objects and eventual consistency for overwrites and deletes. And lastly, you should remember about S3 pricing components. S3 charges for storage, request, and data transfer. So these are the basics that you need to know before moving on to more advanced topics. Now let's explore some of the advanced features of Amazon S3. First, we have versioning. Versioning helps you keep multiple versions of an object in the same bucket. It's a great way to protect your data from accidental deletions or changes. Next, lifecycle policies. They are a powerful tool for automating data management. You can set up rules to automatically move objects to cheaper storage classes or delete them after a certain period. Cross-region replication, or CRR, is another key feature. It replicates your data across different AWS regions, providing high availability and disaster recovery. And finally, there's transfer acceleration. It speeds up the transfer of large files by using optimized network paths. And these features can significantly enhance how you use S3 in your cloud architecture. And next up, security, which is a top priority when working with Amazon S3. So let's go over some best practices. You should start with bucket policies and access control lists, or ACLs. These tools can help you manage who can access your data and what they can do with it. Encryption is also critical. S3 offers several options, including server-side encryption with S3 managed keys, KMS managed keys, and also client-side encryption. You should use IAM policies and roles to control access to your S3 resources more securely, especially when integrating with other AWS services. Finally, don't forget about logging and monitoring. Enable server access logging to track requests made to your bucket and use CloudTrail for more detailed auditing. Following these practices will help you secure your data effectively. Next, let's talk about some tips for the AWS exam, specifically around Amazon S3. You can expect questions on choosing the right storage class based on cost and access frequency. You should also be comfortable with setting up lifecycle policies to automate data management, and you should focus on understanding how to secure your data, whether through encryption or setting permissions. Cost optimization is another key area. You should know how to choose the most cost effective storage option based on different scenarios. And finally, you should practice with mock exams, especially those that focus on S3. This will help you reinforce your knowledge and give you confidence for the real exam. That wraps up our discussion on Amazon S3. We've covered the key topics from the basics to more advanced features, and we also touched on security best practices and some exam tips. Understanding this concept is crucial not only for passing your AWS certification, but also for effectively managing cloud storage in real world scenarios. If you found this session helpful, make sure to review these points as you prepare for the exam. Good luck, and thank you for joining me today.